U.S. federal government has banned the popular TikTok app, leaving millions of U.S. users unable to watch videos on the social network. The TikTok app was removed from major app stores, including Apple and Google, on Saturday night, and the company's website informed users that the short video platform was no longer available. The profit cuts began hours before the law went into effect. When users opened the TikTok app on Saturday night, January 18th, they saw a pop-up message and were unable to scroll through videos. The text read, "Sorry, TikTok is currently unavailable," the message read. Laws have been passed in the United States that prohibit TikTok. Unfortunately, TikTok is not available at this time. We are pleased that President Trump has indicated that he will work with us on a solution to restore TikTok after his inauguration, the statement said. This comes as President-elect Donald Trump promised to save the platform. The company urged users to be vigilant. The only option left for U.S. users with the message is to close the app or click on another option that takes them to the platform's website. There, the user will be shown the same message and given the option to download their data. TikTok said the action could take several days. Prior to this announcement, the company had informed users in a separate message that its service was temporarily unavailable and that it was working to restore service in the country as soon as possible. However, it is unclear for how long the platform will be unavailable. Apple said in a statement on its website that the TikTok and ByteDance apps are no longer available in the United States and that visitors to the country may face limited access. Apple is committed to complying with the laws of the jurisdictions in which it does business, the company said. If these apps are already installed on your device, they will remain there. However, if you delete them or restore them if you switch devices, you will not be able to download them again. Purchases and new subscriptions are no longer available, the release states. This change may also affect performance, security, and compatibility with future versions of iOS and iPadOS. TikTok CEO Shou Chew said President Trump was willing to work with the company to make the app available in the U.S. and would urge the U.S. to respect the First Amendment. The censorship of the 1990s and 2010s has been an important step forward for China and the United States, the group said in a video thanking them for steadfastly standing up for their rights and opposing arbitrary censorship. We are grateful and happy with the support of the president, who really understands our program. Someone who uses words to express his thoughts and opinions, connects with the world, and in the process has generated more than 60 billion views of his content, Chew said. President-elect Donald Trump said in an interview with NBC News on Saturday that he was considering granting a 90-day extension to allow TikTok to continue operating. Trump, who had previously expressed support for banning TikTok, said that if there is an extension, it would probably be announced on Monday, his first day in office. TikTok CEO is expected to take a prominent place at President Trump's inauguration. In Washington, lawmakers and administration officials have long voiced concerns about the app, which they consider a national security threat because it is owned by a Chinese company. TikTok is owned by ByteDance, the Beijing-based technology company that also operates the popular video editing apps CapCut and Lemon 8, which have also been blocked since Saturday night. Under federal law, ByteDance has until Sunday to cut ties with TikTok or face a nationwide ban. The measure is part of a $95 billion priority package providing development aid for Ukraine and Israel passed by Congress in April. President Joe Biden quickly signed it, and TikTok and ByteDance quickly filed suit, citing the First Amendment. The Biden administration has defended the law in court, saying TikTok collects large amounts of U.S. user data and is concerned that it could end up in the hands of the Chinese government through coercion. Officials also warned that the algorithms that tell users what they see on the app are vulnerable to manipulation by Chinese authorities. This could be used to modify content on the platform in ways that are difficult to detect. But so far, the U.S. has presented no public evidence that TikTok has shared user data with Chinese authorities or manipulated its algorithms to benefit China. The Supreme Court unanimously ruled Friday that the national security risks posed by TikTok's ties to China. When TikTok went offline, some in China criticized the U.S. for cracking down on the popular app. Hu Xijin, former editor-in-chief of the Global Times, a newspaper run by the Chinese Communist Party, wrote in a post on Chinese social networking site Weibo that TikTok's announcement that it will shut down its service in the United States is the darkest moment in history. It is, he said. The country that claims to have the greatest freedom of expression has carried out the most brutal crackdown on internet applications, said Hu, now a political commentator. TikTok does not operate in China. ByteDance instead offers Douyin, a Chinese version of TikTok that is subject to Beijing's strict censorship rules. Following the court's decision, White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre and Deputy Attorney General Lisa Monaco said the Biden administration would ask President-elect Donald Trump to implement the law the day after the inauguration. He said he would delegate. It will be canceled when it goes into effect. But after the court ruling on Friday, January 17th, TikTok said it would be forced to shut down if the government does not give a final say to companies such as Apple, Google, and Oracle that offer its services in the United States. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre called TikTok's lawsuit a ruse and said there was no reason for TikTok or any other company to take action in the days leading up to the inauguration of the Trump administration. But despite these government statements, confusion continued about what would happen before TikTok began blocking its service. The law prohibits mobile app stores from offering TikTok and also prohibits internet hosting services from offering the service to U.S. users. Violations could result in fines of up to $5,000 for each user who continues to access TikTok. That means the fines could be substantial if companies continue to offer TikTok. In the statement, experts said TikTok has no legal obligation to shut down the platform. It is unclear whether the company shut down voluntarily or if it was no longer able to maintain the service because it was no longer receiving support from its technology provider. The company did not respond to questions about its plans this week. The law states that a sitting president can extend the deadline by 90 days if a sale is in progress. However, no clear buyer has yet been found, and ByteDance previously announced it would not sell TikTok. On Saturday, artificial intelligence (AI) startup Perplexity AI submitted a proposal to ByteDance to form a new company that would combine the U.S. operations of Perplexity and TikTok, according to people familiar with the matter. Perplexity did not require the purchase of ByteDance's algorithm, which distributes videos based on the interests of TikTok users and made the platform hugely popular. Other investors are also interested in TikTok. Kevin O'Leary, of Shark Tank fame, recently said that a coalition of investors consisting of himself and billionaire Frank McCourt had offered ByteDance $20 billion in cash. President Trump's Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin also said last year that he was forming an investor group to buy TikTok. President Trump will undoubtedly make the right decision in granting a 90-day extension to the TikTok application in the United States, a move that reflects his ability to consider balanced solutions in complex situations. This additional time will allow the parties involved to reach an agreement beneficial to both national security and the millions of U.S. users who enjoy the platform. With this extension, I am convinced that the negotiations will move towards a solid understanding that will ensure the continuity of TikTok while preserving its cultural and economic value. It is clear that a consensus is the most logical and favorable path, as it will benefit not only users, but also partner companies, fostering innovation and cultural exchange in a secure digital environment.